So here we are, Heathrow Terminal 4, just met up with Phil. How are you feeling, Phil? How long have you been in the terminal? What are you planning to see, hear, feel, expect over the next few days?
Wow, there's a lot going on, mentally at least, and the terminal's pretty calm and quiet as usual. I'm a little bit nervous. There are a lot of security considerations to think about when we're going into Guatemala. There are a lot of things to consider when we are in an a volcano space, the aftermath of a volcano. There are all kinds of things that can happen with the weather. So I'm a little bit nervous there, and it's important to stay on top of the security. And there are a lot of different pieces to the security stuff that we're going to need to be focusing on all the time.
And overall, how do you feel about everything?
Well, I feel very confident in the team. I feel very confident in the training. It's nice to be with the team. We've been together for about 12 hours now, and already we're starting to feel more comfortable with each other. We know each other's health and personal situations a bit better and personalities a bit better, so that helps us to move in a more secure way. And obviously getting to know people who we're going to be spending a lot of time with over the next few days in the field is very, very important.
We've just come back from having a helicopter flight over the volcano and the areas that were affected by the lava flows that came down following the eruption. Unfortunately, in this particular case, the lava flow went straight through the village of Los Lotes, and there is basically nothing left. There are some rooftops still visible, but literally that is all. This is the first time I've actually been to an area that's been affected by a volcanic eruption, certainly so soon after the event. I cannot begin to imagine how horrific and how terrifying it must have been for the people who lived in those areas when the actual eruption happened.
So Phil, we're here in Guatemala City. Can you tell everyone where we're heading and what we're hoping to achieve this morning?
Okay, so this morning the team is heading out to Escuintla, which is in many ways ground zero for the evacuation centres. It's a place, a lot of focus, where the evacuees have focused a lot on heading after they've come away from their homes. So they're in community centres and churches and schools in that area, and we're going down there today to just meet them and get a sense of how life is for them a little bit.
Could you just explain the difference between where we are now and where we've just come from? I mean, it's like night and day, the difference almost.
Yeah, so we've just been in a camp which is literally the other side of the road, a shelter I should say, which is the other side of the road, which is a gym, and a lot of people cramped in there in a very small space. And the conditions there are not fun. I don't think anybody would want to live there. And here we're in a camp which is has daylight. There's a lot of space and a lot more facility for people to take advantage of. And you can see people walking around in the open spaces there. See people have their pets and puppies, and everything that they brought with them is here. And there's just a bit more space here. The thing that's difficult is that we still don't understand, and what we're hearing from everybody is that we still don't really understand what the next step is. They know that for today they're okay, today they have food, today they have water, they have medicine, they have somewhere to sleep, but they can't go home, and they don't know where they're going to go next.
Rainy season here in Guatemala, and now that these families have been displaced by the volcano, everyone's worried about flooding and what's going to happen to the people who have been displaced, and how much more difficult this rain is going to make the recovery effort. And Guatemala City is actually it's a bit higher in terms of elevation than Escuintla, where we were yesterday, one of the areas directly affected by the volcano. Down there, the rain is even worse than up here. And we were driving back from there yesterday along one of the main highways, and had to slow right down to 20 miles an hour because the rain was just so heavy the drivers couldn't see ahead of them. And along the side of the roads, within minutes, it turned into a pretty torrential stream, almost a river.
Just took a step back and suddenly realized I was standing kind of like in the space that this sort of family had, and this was the only space they had in the whole world, sort of like a patch of ground on the floor of this gym. A lot of today was about sort of trying to focus in on sort of what the action might look like, what steps might we take, and hopefully next time we speak we can start sort of helping to really make an impact, make a difference for some of these families.